बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम. Dear friends, welcome to Idea Foundation Forum. In the previous lecture, we discussed connectivity of divine order with the cosmic balance. Today, we will discuss connectivity of divine order with the earthly balance. This connectivity gets preferred significance for four reasons. Firstly, the earth is one of the tiniest cosmic bodies surviving among the volatile and horribly destructive cosmic giants of the universe. Secondly, despite their awesome nature, the earth has to greatly depend on these cosmic giants for its logistic and systemic needs. Thirdly, the earth is the only known planet that provides the conditions essential for life to exist. Fourthly, it is abode, residence of the humanity which has been given the most distinguished status among the creatures of the universe. For these reasons, the divine order within its circumference has provided the earth with very special endowments, ensuring necessary provisions, protection, order, and balance for its sustainability and survival and continuity of life thereupon. In the upcoming discussion, these facts will be seen in some detail with the perspective of Qur'anic revelations and recent scientific discoveries. Dear friends, 98% of mass of the sun was comprised of three gases, hydrogen, helium, and lithium at its birth, which is the source of energy, heat, and light. Millions of degrees hot hydrogen atoms got compressed together to form helium atoms. This fusion reaction in the core of the sun caused to release energy, thus it became a perpetual source of energy, heat, and light for the sustainability of life on the earth. All living things, every living thing on earth depends on electromagnetic radiation received from the sun. Transformation of solar energy into photosynthesis is the lifeline of plants. Practically, all the fuels, such as gas, oil, and coal, are preserved forms of solar energy caused by electromagnetic radiation millions of years ago. Since the mid of last century, solar energy is being converted into electricity directly by using photovoltaic devices. Likewise, quantity of energy released by the sun to the earth is precisely suitable for the water cycle to work most efficiently. Rotation and revolution of the sun, earth, and moon cause the day-night cycle, change of climates, and measure of time. So, dear friends, atmosphere, space, earth, in between is atmosphere. So, atmosphere is a buffer zone between the explosive celestial giants of the space and the earth, a very small planet known for having life on it. It comprises, this atmosphere comprises of four basic gases: nitrogen 78%, oxygen 21%, argon 0.67%, and carbon dioxide 0.03 or 0.037%. Nitrogen and argon are non-reactive gases. Their reactivity is constrained, limited, as it can produce compounds that are destructive for life. If these could react easily, the oceans would turn into nitric acid, poisonous water. On the other hand, oxygen is a reactive gas. Nitrogen, non-reactive. Oxygen, reactive. It is made to react with other atoms and organic compounds. Thus, its reactivity yields the most basic molecules of life, such as water and carbon dioxide. Present concentration of these gases and their features of reactivity establish a balance that ensures sustainability of life on the earth. Let us look at oxygen. Its present ratio, present level, 21%, in the atmosphere is one of the features that distinguish the earth from other planets in the solar system. If this ratio of oxygen increases in the atmosphere, oxidation will take place speedier and rocks and metals will erode quicker, threatening sustainability of the earth and life on it. If this ratio of oxygen decreases from 21%, respiration will become harder and less of ozone gas will be produced that could be fatal for life, as less ozone will cause ultraviolet solar rays to reach the world with higher intensity, causing living things to vanish. Just imagine. And so much interesting. Now come to carbon dioxide. It also has similar precise balance. Plants absorb the sun's energy through this gas, carbon dioxide, mix it with water and form bicarbonate, causing release of oxygen into atmosphere. Carbon dioxide also helps the earth maintain greenhouse effect, keeping its present temperature in balance, equilibrium. Reduced level of this gas will negatively affect plants and animal life, while its increase in the atmosphere would raise surface temperature of the earth, which would be detrimental to life, destructive to life. Thus, for ensuring earthly balance, a system of multiple spheres over the earth has been established by the divine order as revealed in the Quran 1500 years ago. Just imagine. Let me quote a few verses here in this context. Ayat 29 of Surah Baqarah says, I recite the translation. It is He, Allah, who created for you all of that which is on the earth. Then He directed Himself to the heaven and made them 7 heavens, as we are studying 7 layers. 7 heavens and He is knowing of all things. Ayat 3 of Surah Al-Mulk says, and He who created 7 heavens in layers. Ayat 12 of Surah Fussilat says, He completed them as 7 heavens within 2 days and inspired in each heaven its command, its role. And we adorned the worldly heaven with lamps as protection. We also made arrangement for the protection of the atmosphere as well as of the earth. That is the determination of the exalted in might, the knowing, Allah. Ayat 15 of Surah Nuh says, do you not consider how Allah has created 7 heavens in layers, one after another? Dear friends, very recently, science has discovered that the atmosphere has 7 layers that play balancing role for the earth through the operations of cyclical system and by providing it with a protective ceiling against the destructive invasions from various celestial bodies of the space. These layers are 1. Troposphere, 2. Stratosphere, 3. Mesosphere, 4. Thermosphere, 5. Exosphere, 6. Ionosphere, and the 7th, magnetosphere. And what are their functions? Troposphere, located at about 15 kilometers above the earth, enables water vapors rising from surface of the earth to be condensed and turned back as rain. Recycling system. Water is lifted, then it is sent back to the earth as rain. This is recycling. The ozone layer, the lower level of stratosphere at an altitude of 25 kilometers reflects harmful radiation and ultraviolet light coming from space and turns them back into space. Go back. The ionosphere reflects radio waves broadcast from the earth back down to different parts of the world. Communication system. The magnetosphere turns harmful radioactive particles emitted by the sun and other stars back into space. Atmosphere protects the earth by destroying meteors coming from space and let to enter the earth only those light rays which are necessary for photosynthesis of plants and sustainability of life. These are the arrangements. This is the order of Allah. The Quran has revealed that every sphere, every layer, every heaven has its specific role and well-defined laws in Ayat 12 of Surah Fussilat, which says, He, Allah, inspired in every heaven, 7 heavens, in every heaven its own mandate. Is there any doubt in the words of Quran? Not at all. So dear friends, amazingly, listen, Like the 7 atmospheric layers, the Quran has also mentioned alike layers of the earth, layers of the atmosphere and layers within the earth, which ensure order, sustainability and stability of the earth in Ayat 12 of Surah At-Talaq, which reveals this fact in the words. Focus on each and every word. It is Allah who has created 7 heavens and of the earth the like of them below thee, beneath the surface of the earth, and of the earth like of them, the like of them. His command descends among them, so you may know that Allah is over all things competent, and that Allah has encompassed all things in His knowledge. The miraculous information revealed in this verse has been confirmed in scientific discoveries made in the recent times. Science tells us now that the earth consists of 7 stratas, layers, namely lithosphere, water, lithosphere, land, asthenosphere, upper mantle, inner mantle, outer core and inner core. Composition of the earth is shown in a picture displayed on the screen. Have a look. The lithosphere is the earth's shell comprising of stony hard stratum of 5 to 80 kilometer thickness. It is also called the crust. Below it, below the crust, below it is the asthenosphere formed of hot, semi-solid substances and capable of melting when exposed to high temperatures and pressures. The hard lithosphere, crust, the hard lithosphere floats over the slowly moving asthenosphere. Under these layers is a high temperature mantle layer, about 2,900 kilometer thick, made up of semi-solid rock. It contains more iron, magnesium and calcium than the crust. With the increase of depth in temperature and density of the earth increases, the more we go down the earth in its core, its temperature and density increases. The core of the earth, center. The core of the earth lies in the center, which is doubly hotter and denser than the mantle, as it contains a higher proportion of iron nickel alloy than rock. It consists, the core consists of 2 parts. 2,200 kilometer thick outer core is liquid, flowing, while 1,250 kilometer thick inner core is solid. The liquid outer core provides the Earth's magnetic field as the planet rotates. This is the marvelous arrangement of my God, Allah. So, dear friends, now just imagine the Qur'anic revelations on the significance of iron for the mankind mentioned in Ayat 25 of Surah Al-Hadid, and balance between atmospheric layers, 7 layers, and earthly layers mentioned in Ayat 12 of Surah At-Talaq shown on the screen. This balance must be seen through connectivity between the highest magnetosphere in the atmosphere and the deepest core of the earth, in the center of the earth. Regarding this charismatic arrangement of the divine order, science has recently discovered that the earth's magnetic field is associated with electrical currents produced by the coupling of convective effects and rotation in the spinning liquid of iron and nickel in the outer core of the earth. This magnetic field of the earth forms the magnetosphere, which is also known as Van Allen belts, thousands of kilometers above the earth, serving as a shield protecting the earth from celestial bodies, harmful cosmic rays, and particles. Had this protective shield not in place, how the earth could have been protected from disasters like the sunbursts. What is sunburst? A single sunburst is equivalent to 100 billion atomic bombs similar to the one dropped at Hiroshima. Imagine, dear friends, imagine the blessings of Allah who has protected the tiny earth from such cosmic monsters of destruction by providing magnetosphere layer or Van Allen belts emerged from the earth's magnetic field. This system of atmospheric layers is named the protected ceiling by the Quran. Protected ceiling by the Quran in Ayat 32 of Surah Al-Anbiya, which revealed about 1500 years ago. Note the words of the ayat, and we made the sky a protected ceiling. There is no ambiguity. We means Allah, and we made the sky a protected ceiling, but they, from its signs, are turning away. They don't bother to think about these signs. For detailed study of the recycling and protective systems of the atmosphere, which ensure balance, sustainability, and stability of the earth and its inhabitants, despite its trivial size in the cosmic universe, some more Quranic references are displayed on the screen. Please have a look. So, dear friends, mountains also play a significant role in earthly balance. Earth's radius is 6,378 kilometers, while its crust is only less than 1% of the total mass, which is total mass of the earth, which is this crust is divided into oceans, continents, and mountains. Just imagine, all these continents, oceans, and mountains are staying on 1% of the earth. The crust is about 5 kilometers thick below oceans, 35 kilometers thick below flat continental surfaces, and 80 kilometers thick below great mountain ranges. The crust is divided into many tectonic plates floating on the partially molten asthenosphere. Earthquakes and volcanoes are direct result of collision of tectonic plates at fault lines where they meet. When two plates collide, stronger one slides under the other. One of the top bends and it forms mountains. The raised portion after collision becomes the mountain. Amazingly, roots of mountains extend down the earth 10 to 15 times their own height. This is the height, say 1 feet, 1 foot. The root is about 10 to 15 feet. For example, the summit of Mount Everest, which stands about 9 kilometers above surface of the earth, has its root 125 kilometers deep. Such fixing effect of mountains, fixing in the land, in the earth, such fixing effect of mountain is known as isostasy in scientific literature, which indicates state of equilibrium between the upward force created by the mantle layer, upward from below, upward, and the downward force created by the earth's crust, downward from the crust, upward from the mantle. As mountains grow lighter due to erosion, they are pushed upward by explosive force of the liquids beneath the mountains. When they grow heavier, they are pressed into the mantle by the force of gravity. Equilibrium between these two forces is established by isostasy. Thus, mountains are pegged deep in the crust of the earth to provide them strong foundation and, as a consequence, balance and stability to the earthly systems. Science has discovered this vital role of mountains just recently. While the Quran has called them pegs fixed deep in the earth to ensure its stability centuries ago, several Quranic verses have revealed these facts. Some of them have been displayed on the screen for further study. So, dear friends, survival of the earth and its inhabitants also greatly depends on the ecological balance. This balance is determined by the distance of the earth from the sun, inclination of its axis to its orbit, rotational speed of the earth around its axis and around the sun, and several other atmospheric conditions and changing features of living beings. For example, desired temperature is maintained by Earth's rotation about its axis at 1670 km per hour at the equator. Any deviation from this balance, from this speed, may disturb the gas molecule's velocity of escape from the earth, causing the atmosphere to be dispersed in space and vanish. The 23-degree inclination of the earth's axis moderates temperature between the poles and the equator. Carbon dioxide covers the earth like a quilt, preventing the loss of heat to space, especially at night. Uneven structures, this is sea, this is land, this is Mount Everest, this is other mountains. So uneven structures of the earth maintain the balance of heat between the poles and the equator and also ensure balanced movement of air. Otherwise, heat difference of 120 degrees centigrade between the poles and the equator would have caused heavy storms with speed of 1000 km per hour, detrimental to the sustainability of the atmosphere and survival of life on the earth. Likewise, relative sizes of the earth and the sun and appropriate distance between them have set in conducive temperature for life to exist. Water cycle manages another balancing factor, water cycle. Water cycle manages necessary equilibrium in the circulation of water for the survival of every living organisms on the earth. In 1 second, just imagine, in 1 second about 16 million tons of water evaporates from the earth and then it is distributed to every corner of the earth as rain. Even a minor deviation in this equilibrium would soon give rise to a major ecological imbalance that would bring about the end of life on the earth. Enormity of all these delicate balances, precise balances that ensure sustainability and survival of the earth and continuity of life thereupon is the great manifestation of the divine order designed by Allah the Almighty. Subhanallah. So, dear friends, we conclude our discussion here. These programs are recorded both in Urdu and English. Their videos can be watched on ideafoundation.com.pk website or its YouTube channel and Facebook. Their written versions are also available on the Idea Foundation's website. Please note code number of this program Idea 2 R22 or lecture number 193. All friends are requested to subscribe the Foundation's YouTube web channel for the benefit of this noble cause. Thank you friends for participation. Allah Hafiz.